Okay, so let's get into some reaching work with Zach here. To begin with, lie face down on a mat is best. If you don't have a mat, you just have a soft surface, that's okay. But we're going to start by just lying in this prone position. Prone just means face down on the ground. And just tune into where your hands are, where your feet are, because we're going to use those to anchor us in space. At this point, just lie with your head to the side to warm us up for some neck work we're going to do in a bit. So you could lie facing one side, and we would stay here for about 30 seconds. Cervical spine has to do quite a bit of work in what we're about to go through, quite a bit of healthy work. So we just want to make sure the facets, the joints in the neck are ready for this motion. And then lie with your head to the other side. Good time to start getting into your breathing. Nothing specific, just being aware. If you wanted, you could bring the belly button back toward the spine just a little bit, just to switch on transversus abdominis. Some core stabilization there, but that's not super necessary for all of this. And then we're going to take our arms overhead. And at this point, we'll put our forehead on the ground. Now, the first part of reaching is we're going to reach through our toes, through our fingertips, trying to get as long as we can. Good time to think about the side of your body. And after that, we're going to take one leg. Let's do the right leg on this one, Zach. Pull it up and out to the side. And then on the same side, bend your elbow. Now you're in this configuration that is going to remind you of something you've seen in your kids before, or maybe you remember being on the ground as a kid like this, but babies and really young children get in this position a lot. So just cuddle into the ground like that. This is really healthy for fascia. And then at this point, we're going to start to concentrate on the hand that is reaching out. So in this case, it's Zach's left hand. So fix your gaze on that left hand. And we're going to really reach through the fingertips and really reach through the toe tips for a second, just to get the side of your body on the left engaged in a long way. And then take your concentration off of reaching for a bit. Stay in the same configuration, but start to explore the room with your gaze, moving your head around. You're using the long muscles of your back to control your head in space, well, to hold it up in space, which as a baby you had to learn to do. As an adult, you are deprogramming that through sitting at computers and at desks for hours at a time. And now fix your gaze on the hand that's stretched out. Think about your toes at the same time, but really reach through those fingertips as if you're reaching for something. So move the fingertips around. Pretend you're actually trying to get a hold of something, and your eyes are really fixed on your fingertips. And then you're going to reach through your hand with the ulnar surface of the hand on the ground, or the pinky side on the ground. Really reaching and wiggling those fingertips. The more curious and interested we are in this work, the bigger the results. So really try to be right here with this work. And then we'll do the back of the hand surface on the ground. And then just the thumb on the ground, the thumb side of the hand, so the palm is facing away from you. Now here, let's just explore a way to get into the pectoral or chest fascia just a little bit. So we'll ask you at home and Zach here to tuck the back toes of the foot of the leg that's straight, and just realize that you can push through that foot and create a little bit of self-myofascial release in the chest. And if you take your arm out on sort of an angle, you might even feel that differently. And then in that configuration, as you explore that, you could have the palm in any position that feels right for you. Maybe you're looking for a stretch in the shoulder. Maybe you're looking for a stretch in the chest. Anytime your neck gets tired in these positions, just rest your forehead on the ground. Great. Now we'll come up into a position where your elbows are on the ground, sort of a sphinx position. Now, if you don't remember babies being in the previous position, you've probably definitely seen this one. At this point, we can just explore the room by moving our head around in space. More work for mobilizing the neck. As silly as it sounds, get interested in your space. And get interested in what you're feeling in your body. Tuck those back toes. Realize you can push through that foot, maybe even rock back and forth a little bit. And then we're going to add some more reaching in this position. So go back into a plantar flex position with that back foot. And now we're going to take the right arm and reach up toward the ceiling, following our hand with our gaze, and then coming back down to the Sphinx position. And let's just try to knock out 5 of those here. Reaching up. And as you do that, think about that shoulder that's supporting you on the ground too, the elbow and shoulder, and engage that shoulder, sliding the shoulder blade down your back. I think we're at 3 here. Just 2 more. Staying connected or aware of how you're breathing, nothing specific. Now there we're going to pause and explore the space with our hand, moving at the wrist. This is really good for the brachial plexus, which turns into the nerves that go down your arm. And then we'll ask you to make your wrist extend so that it's as if you're trying to put your palm on the ceiling. And at that point, really reach through the base of your hand or your wrist toward the ceiling, and then relax. And then reach again, making sure we don't hold our breath at any point during this movement. Just a couple more reaches and relaxes. And then back down to your Sphinx pose. Now we can come back to our starting position where we're reaching through extended hands and extended arms and extended legs, fingertips and toes. And now the most important part of this work is maybe the easiest. Just get into any position you can to explore the differences. Maybe you want to stay in a prone position. Maybe you want to come into a kneeling position. Just explore the differences on either side. This is essential if we're going to be effective in this work. And then, of course, take time to do this on the other side. So that's prone reaching.